Steelers got a huge task in week 8. Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard podcast. The Steelers have a huge task, or let's say a giant task this week against the New York Giants, and let's get right to it. The 5-2 Pittsburgh Steelers are playing the 2-5 New York Giants. So if you look at the record, you would say should be an easy game, which honestly it really should be because the Steelers are just a better team than the New York Giants. But the New York Giants do pose some problems, and their main thing is going to be their defensive line. Their defensive line is young, rugged, and huge. And Dexter Lawrence, I mean, that's where it all begins and that's where it all ends. And this is going to be a giant task for the Steelers. Um, Lawrence is leading the NFL in sacks with 9 from the defensive tackle position. He's doing things that, to be quite honest, I didn't think you would see anybody do those type things after Donald retired from the Rams, but Dexter Lawrence is doing them. But he's doing it in a different way. Where Donald, he did it with strength, but it was more strength and quickness. Lawrence is doing it with quickness and he's a humongous person. He's a big human being. And, the Steelers not going to have Zach Frazier this week. So this guy can single-handedly wreck the offensive plan the Steelers may have. So, I mean, the two guards is going to have to help out the center. He's going to be a guy that probably on every play you're going to have to put 4 hands on him every time. So we're going to have to be the center and one of the guard, depending on which way they want to push him to, which guard they want to use. But I think every play you're going to have 4 hands on him because this guy is a monster. And the one thing that they can't afford to do, Russell Wilson, he likes play action. He likes to turn his back to the offensive line. And the one thing you can't have is Russell Wilson turning his back to the offensive line on play action. And then when he turns back around, Dexter Lawrence is in his face. That's not going to be well. That's not going to end well for Mr. Wilson. Let's just put it that way. So the Steelers really have to concentrate on taking care of him and Thibodeau. Thibodeau on the defensive line, he's a stud too. So Robert Jones and Dan Moore, they're gonna have their hands full. I don't know if he really switched or not, but you can't be playing lazy because he can get to the quarterback also. And what he can do and what the Steelers can't let him do is close that pocket and make the quarterback step up, because if he steps up, he's stepping right up into Dexter Lawrence. So this is going to be a big challenge for the Steelers. I think this is probably the best defensive line that they're probably going to go against this year so far. So, like I say, it's going to be a challenge. As far as the run game, The Giants are pretty porous on the run. They kind of stop the run on their way to the quarterback. So if you can get some bodies in front of those guys, Najee should be able to find some room to run. Um, and I expect Najee actually to have a big game. But like I say, after that, the Giants is kind of lacking. I mean, none of the DBs really should cause a stir. Linebackers, you got Burns, so you have to watch Burns. You know, he can rush the quarterback also. So like I say, this Giants defense can get to the quarterback, and they will get to the quarterback. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that Russell Wilson is probably gonna get sacked a few times in this game. It's just gonna happen because this is how good these guys are. So, but what you can't do is you just can't let them dominate the offensive line. And this is going to be a good challenge for them. This is going to be a very good challenge, and they're going to earn this bye that's coming up because they're going to be pretty tired after this game dealing with those guys. But like I said, that's really the matchups. George Pickens shouldn't have a problem finding some open space. I mean, really, none of the receivers should really have a problem getting some open space and getting open, getting some separation. Like I say, the running game, those guys kind of stop the running back on their way to the quarterback. So if it should be some holes, it should be some opportunities for Najee and Warren to get some big runs. Um, Flip side, Steelers defense against the Giants offense. The Giants offensive line is terrible. I think TJ can kind of get off the snide a little bit and get to the quarterback. They're probably going, like I say, they're probably going to triple team him and double team him. But I think with Highsmith back and another game under his belt, he's going to cause enough pressure that they're not going to really be able to concentrate on TJ like that. And that should open up some chances for TJ to get to the quarterback. The only thing that the Steelers really, I mean, excuse me, as far as the Giants running game, is really no running game. I mean, something that they shouldn't be able to run the ball on the Steelers. But again, the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't have been able to run the ball on the Steelers. So they had to just keep that tight. As long as they keep that tight, the Giants offense really shouldn't do much here. They really shouldn't do much here. Um, the receiver wise, they do have a stud receiver in the rookie from LSU. He's able to he's good. So I'm figuring Porter probably is going to travel with him and get him under control. They're going to be pretty much hard pressed to really do anything down the field. Something else they need to watch is Daniel Jones. I mean, he's not having a good year, but he can tuck the ball and run. So, some of those third and longs, 3rd and 8, you can't let him break your back and scramble out of there and pick up 10, 12 yards because he's capable of doing that, and he will run the ball. Actually, they probably would rather see him run than throw it. If you make him sit in that pocket and throw it, he's either going to get sacked or he's going to throw an interception or it's not going to be an accurate pass. So I think sometimes the Giants probably want him to run. But like I say, he can't hurt you with his feet. So they're going to have to be aware of that. You just can't, come up the field with your hair on fire because he will take off on you. And like I say, those third and 8, 3rd and 10s, where you should be getting off the field. You can't let this guy break a run for 15 yards because he has that ability to do that. Other than that, I'm never gonna say an easy win. It's nothing. It's easy in the NFL, but this should be a game the Steelers should win comfortably. I'm predicting the score to be 30. I'm going with 30-17. 30-17. I think the Steelers get back to the 30, hit 30 points again. Um, I'm expecting Najee to go over 100 yards. I think Wilson should have a solid game, maybe anywhere from 250 to 275 yards passing, a couple of touchdowns. I think this week you will see Justin Field on the field. You know, some packages I think they put together for him. Or at the minimum, I think they might have him doing the short yardage. I really think I just think last week they just wanted to get Wilson in the flow and really didn't want to take him out. But I don't think they want him, um, doing them 4th and 1s and goal line and all that. So I really don't think they want him doing that right now with his calf. So with that said, I think that's pretty much it. Like I say, this should be a game that the Steelers should be able to win comfortably. It's another Monday night primetime game. As you know, the Steelers are pretty tough prime time, but again, we had the Dallas situation, so you can't never say that you just got this wrapped up. But like I say, with this should be a victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we will see how it go. And we will talk to you guys after the game, probably on Tuesday, and we'll rehash the game. And until then, I'll talk to you later. All right, bye bye.